So I want to get into more depth about psychic protection, spiritual hygiene, opening up and closing down. These are some important steps that should be taken if you're going to be doing healing and psychic work. And these help to keep your energy field clean and help protect your chakras, and it helps you to strengthen your own energy as well. Really, psychic protection, spiritual hygiene should be practiced by every human being on this planet, in my opinion. Because we're all sensitive beings. We all pick up on other people's emotions and issues and junk, and we all take on the stress of the people around us. And so, practicing these techniques can help bring that to a minimum. And this work is also good for empaths as well, especially the healing. The protection methods, the protection and cleansing is really good if you're an empath. But this is especially important for healers and readers. And like it says here, every time we give a reading or healing session, we're crossing into a person's energy field. And once that connection is made, we may begin to experience the above symptoms like anxiety, inability to focus, changes in mood, fatigue, taking home feelings that don't belong to us. I'm sure we've all experienced these different things. You can also be open and prone to psychic attack. That's when someone else's thoughts or feelings are basically attacking you in a negative way. So in order to protect ourselves from these things, I recommend doing these steps actually every day. Not the opening up and closing down. That's more for before and after you do a session. The protection and grounding and everything else, and even clearing, I recommend doing every day. Especially in the protection and the grounding in the morning. So when you wake up in the morning, it's a very good idea to do protection and grounding. And I usually do this right after I brush my teeth. I sit down in my chair and I do my little routine. So for protection, we went over some of this in the slides. One of the things you can do is call on Archangel Michael. Ask him to surround you with his presence and protect you in all ways through the day. Archangel Michael will respond to anyone. You don't have to be a specific religion. He is here to protect all of humanity. Especially those who are, good people. Not that he would never protect a bad person, but if their intention isn't good, he's probably not going to protect them. So he is of the light. So you can ask Archangel Michael to surround you with protection. Then you can also ask if you have some type of spiritual figure that you are close to, Jesus or Buddha or Krishna, or you can even ask God or Goddess or specific gods or goddesses and ask them to bring you protection. Grounding is very important. This is actually a little bit out of order. But grounding is very important. Actually, no, this is actually the order that I do it. This is actually the exact order that I do it. So I call on Archangel Michael, and I call on my other beings. I also call on my spirit guides and ask them to be with me and bring me protection, guidance, and wisdom. And then, yes, I go into grounding. So then I ground myself. And to ground, you can just visualize roots growing from your feet down into the earth and going all the way down to the earth's core. In addition to that, you can see the earth send up earth energy, and you can see green light coming up and going into your feet and legs. You can also visualize being at the beach. That's another new one I like doing, is pretending I'm at the beach and I have my feet buried in the sand. That is very grounding, and also having the sun beating down on you is very grounding as well. The psychic shield, very important. We talked about this in the slide. Visualize a bubble of light surrounding you. You can pick a color that you feel most comfortable and protected in, but orange is recommended because it deflects negative energy. I know that in a lot of spiritual books, you're probably wondering, shouldn't I use white? They all say to use white. If you feel comfortable in white, go ahead and use white. But there are some things I've read where they warn not to use white light because I don't want to get too into detail with it right now, But if you use white light and you're doing spiritual work, there are negative beings or spirits that kind of look out for that, and when they see someone using white light, they assume that they're new, and they, it's kind of like a fresh bait. So you want to be careful. If you feel comfortable using white light, go ahead. Maybe you don't believe in that. You don't need to believe in it, because I know it's real. But if you want to use white and that feels right to you, go ahead. If not, choose a color that you feel best in. But I'm going to recommend to you to use orange light. So use the orange color as my recommendation. But you have free will, so you do what you want. And you'll probably go to 10 other teachers and they'll tell you 10 different colors. Next thing is zip up. I'll show you this one because it might be easier for you to actually see it visually. And this was popularized by Donna Eden. She teaches the energy medicine by Donna Eden. This is a zip up method. So the zip up method, I don't know how well you're going to be able to see me because my camera isn't that big. But what you do is you stand up and you put your hands down like this. They go down like around your pubic bone. And you bring them up this way, tracing, there's meridians in here. And you're tracing them upwards. And then when you get up to your mouth, right in here, you lock it at the corner like a key. And it's like zipping up a sleeping bag, like this. And then lock it up. So that's another form of protection. It helps keep your chakras protected, and it keeps other people's stuff, from getting in. And she also says it helps raise confidence as well and self-esteem. Spiritual hygiene. Spiritual hygiene is a little easier. We already talked about wash yourself with salt water. So you can wash your hands with the salt water if you just did a healing session. You can also wash your whole body. Get a shampoo bottle with salt water, shake it up, keep it in the shower. Every time you get a shower, pour a little salt water all over your body. Pour it on your head, your chakras, your shoulders, your feet, wherever you feel drawn to throw it. Just get some salt water on your body. It'll help clear your energy. You can ask Archangel Michael to remove any toxins or negativity that you've accumulated from other people throughout the day. You can smudge your space. You can smudge even your body, wave it all around you. And then also, if you get my ebook, my free ebook has many, many more different methods of doing all these things. Because another way to clear yourself is with selenite. And this is selenite here. This is a selenite tower. My selenite wands or my selenite little slabs are actually in the office. So this is a selenite tower. The selenite can be used to clear the energy field too. And you can wave it around your aura. You can place it on areas of your body. You can put it on all your chakras. It clears. It has a very strong clearing power to it. And you can put it on your third eye. Look like a unicorn. You put it on your crown. And then some areas I think that feel good when you put this on is actually back here at the back of the head. Very clearing at the back, at the lower spine. And then also on each foot. If you have two pieces, you can do it at the same time. Put a piece of selenite under each foot at the same time. Hold them in your hands. Cleanse your hands with selenite. Opening up and closing down for psychic readers or energy healers. So opening up and closing down, what this does is, naturally, our chakras it depends on the person, we're all different. Some people's chakras are naturally very open. A lot of times, psychics and healers who are, have always kind of had that ability their entire life, which it's very possible that you are if you're taking this class or any of my classes. That normally means that you probably have chakras that are naturally more open than they should be. And what happens with that is you get information that you don't want when you don't want it. It's kind of like an uncontrolled abilities. And also, you pick up a lot of people's emotions. You're very empathic and stuff. A lot of times that means your chakras are way too open to be out in public with. So when you start to practice opening up on purpose and closing down on purpose, you're going to start training your chakras to not do that. So you're going to be training your chakras to be more closed. It's not like we're closing them entirely and blocking our chakras. We're closing them to a healthy level. And the universe knows that. So, I'm intending for you right now as I teach you that when you say I'm closing my chakras, you're not closing them and blocking them entirely. You are bringing them to be closed to a healthy level so you're not picking up unnecessary energy or negative energy from other people. So opening up is fairly easy. Visualize a violet light coming down from above your crown chakra, running down through each of your chakras. I'm going to come to video for this part. Because sometimes I think people get lost when they read these kind of things on paper, and it is easier to absorb if someone's looking at you and teaching you. So, opening up, you visualize a violet light coming from above or coming down from heaven or God, or there's a higher chakras up here. One of them is like the Buddhic something or other chakra, or you can think of it as there's a soul star chakra, and then there's another higher chakra, or you just see it coming down from God. This is what I do. So my violet light, for me, it comes down from God. Not that God's really up there, because God's everywhere, I know this, but just for intention purposes. So violet light coming down from the crown, above the crown chakra, down through the body, and let it go through all the chakras, and as it comes down, it cleanses you. And then the violet light goes all the way down into the earth, down to the core. So that's basically the divine or God sending its connection to you. So now what you're going to do is send it back. So send it back. You can visualize at your root chakra that the chakra begins to light up in a white light. And as it lights up, it starts to open like a flower, like a lotus flower. So see your root chakra open, and then send the white light up to the next chakra, the sacral chakra, and see that one open. And then send the white light up to the solar plexus and see that open. Send it up to the heart chakra, see that open. Send the light up to the throat chakra, see that one open. Up to the third eye and the crown. And then when you get to the crown, send the white light straight all the way back up to God. So now you've established a divine connection, and your energy centers are open, so you're ready to receive information, and you are now more of an open vessel to allow healing energy to flow through you. So once you open up, then you go ahead and you do your session, whether it's with, it's Reiki or healing, or some type of a reading, or a card reading, or angel healing, or angel reading, or mediumship, whatever it is, go ahead and do your session. Mediumship is a little bit different than this, though, so don't go by this for mediumship. Slightly different. But whatever spiritual practice you're going to do, this actually can help you with meditation as well. You just want to make sure you do protection. Always do protection before you open up. So go ahead and do your session. And then when you're finished your session, you want to make sure that you close down. This is very important. This is where you're training your chakras to close down and to not be open unless you want them to be. So now you want to close your chakras down, and that's very easy. You're going to basically do the exact opposite of what you did when you opened up. So to close down, you can just make it your intention and visualize bringing that white light back down. And as you bring it down, each chakra closes. So now all of your chakras have closed. You can do, like I'm doing like this, you can do hand motions if that makes you feel better. Like a lot of times when I open chakras, I go like this, over each chakra. That's just like me making my intention stronger. So you can do that if you want. And then closing them, you can go like this or whatever. Or you can just make one big close like this. I'm closed now. Or just, I'm closed. Whatever. Make up your own thing. Just make sure that your intention is, okay, you're closing your chakras and you visualize that they're closing. So now that your chakras are closed, you should stop picking up on information. You should stop picking up on energies. And things should be back to normal. So after you close down, let me come back on video real quick. After you close down, you want to make sure you cut off from your client. And this is for readings and healing sessions. So you cut off from your client, you can go like this with your hands. You don't, like, maybe not right in front of their face. They'll wonder what you're doing. But, you know, so maybe behind them before they open their eyes, or even after they leave, after they walk out the door. Go like this. If you don't do that, you can still be intertwined with their energy. So this is like cutting off your connection to your client. Sometimes you might find a couple hours later you can't stop thinking about them. You can't stop thinking about everything that was said or what their problems were. That means your connection isn't cut off yet. You need to go like this a couple more times. Now back to spiritual hygiene. Spiritual hygiene is even more important for those who practice psychic and healing services. So make sure you practice the steps that were listed earlier with the salt water or Archangel Michael or the selenite. You want to make sure that you're keeping your energy field clean. Especially as a healer, your responsibility is to, you know, don't think of it as you're going to fail or pass or, you know, but you are kind of responsible for keeping your own energy field clean. You know, you can't do it all yourself. You probably, at times, will need help from other people. But what I mean is keeping your energy field as clean as you possibly can so that when you do give a healing session to somebody else, you can do the best job that you possibly can.